Good morning, guys. This is breakfast. I have 2 eggs that I scrambled with some feta cheese on top because I am obsessed with feta cheese and eggs. It is so good. And then I have a Thomas Light English muffin with spray butter and 1 tablespoon of sugar-free apricot preserves, a banana, and a yogurt. So this is pretty good protein, I would say, with the cheese, the eggs, and the yogurt. There's actually 5 grams of protein in one of these English muffins, plus a lot of fiber. And then I have my bananas. So I feel like I'm doing really good. This is really clean eating and high protein. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I only have 2 more of these left. And then I'm going to try out these. So Shell Tackett, I believe is her last name. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name. Anyway, she does have a channel here on YouTube. She's just starting out, and she's been one of my subscribers forever, and she is a fellow Oregonian. And she told me she found these English muffins that scanned as simply filling. And I don't know if the Franz brand is something just unique to Oregon. I'm not sure, so you might look that up and see. But these are the 100-calorie healthy multi-grain English muffins. They are, I have not tried them yet, but you can just, and have had these in the freezer. Because as soon as she told me about them, I went to go find them, and I found them. These scan as simply filling. I don't know how many points they are. I'm guessing because they have the same amount of calories. I'll have to check the rest of the stats, but I'm thinking they're probably going to be 3 points, just like the Thomas ones. But they do not, you can tell by just looking at them, they do not have that gummy texture that the Thomas ones have. So I am just so excited to try these. I am so grateful that she told me about these. So be sure to check her out. I will try to remember to link her channel down below. But I just could not believe that she found these. And they just, because I'm just getting really tired of the texture of these, but I could not find the high fiber ones, which Molly says do not have the same texture. So I'm hoping that these are as great as what I think they're going to be. So you might look and see. Like I said, I don't know if Franz is just a local brand because it's been around my whole life, but I've been working my whole life. So it does have 6 grams of fiber, no cholesterol, no high fructose corn syrup. It does have a half a gram of fat, 24 grams of carbs, 6 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein. I think they're the same stats as the Thomas ones, but so they're probably around 3 points. So this is breakfast. Okay, guys, so I have my lunch and snack today. I'm not sure what will be lunch and what will be snack, but this is what I'm bringing. It's a lot of little things. How funny. Anyway, let's start off with what will be my lunch. I'm going to make myself a little sandwich. So this is some buffalo chicken spread that I made yesterday. It's a can of chicken. I used the Kirkland white chicken breast. I have, this is not the whole can. It made a big, huge thing of it. But, so in there is the chicken. I put some fat-free sour cream, fat-free mayo, celery, and buffalo wing sauce, and some red onion. So that is that, and that is 100% simply filling. I will have all the points for everything up on the screen because I have to calculate them all. So I have that. I have one of these folded flat outs. Now, you guys know July, our healthy habits is clean eating snacks, tracking your mindless eating, and increasing protein. So protein and clean eating snacks are definitely going to be prominent here, and then we'll see how I do with the mindless eating. Anyway, so this is pretty, this is, of course, chicken, so it's going to have high protein. These, if you guys did not know, have 6 grams of protein in them, the flat outs. So I have that, and then I have some clover sprouts, so that'll be all together. And here is some fat-free ranch if I want to put some of that on there. I have a hard-boiled egg. And here I have some of my pasta salad. I'll put the link for this down below that I did a video on. I made another batch of this yesterday, so this is the BLT pasta salad. It has Canadian bacon, pasta, lettuce, red onion, tomatoes, fat-free ranch, fat-free Italian. Really good. So I made another batch of that. And then, let's see, I have some carrots here, and this is just some chickpeas that I pureed with some minced garlic. So this is a clean eating snack because it's just chickpeas and roasted garlic, or not roasted garlic, minced garlic. And then some carrots. And then, of course, I have an apple, some grapes. So now this is something I've never tried before. We'll see how it tastes. So I have a plain non-fat Greek yogurt, which would be, you know, a clean eating snack, plus high protein. Now this is some peanut butter Quest protein powder. This is only 1 point, so I'll have to use a weekly, which I don't have any weeklies left. I will tell you guys about that in the car. But this is this peanut butter Quest protein. It is 1 point for a scoop. A scoop, as you can see, is huge. I don't think I'm going to need the entire scoop in this, but what I plan is to put some of this into here, mix it up. I think it'll make it taste peanut buttery, plus it'll be really high protein because the Quest protein powder is, let me see how many grams of protein it is. 23 grams of protein. This yogurt right here is 11, right? 15, so 15 plus 23. Can't do math this early in the morning, so you guys can tell me what it is, 30 something, whatever, of protein. So I think I'm doing good on the high protein, doing good on the clean eating snacks. So this is what I am taking for lunch and snack today, and I will show you how I eat it throughout the day. I'll show you guys my new shoes. Look how cute they are. This is the second pair of flowered flats that I have, but I thought these were adorable. And there's a puppy dog face. Good morning, guys. My neighbors have 3 chickens in their front yard. I'm just looking over there trying to figure out what is in their yard, and there's 3 chickens. We have chicken, and we don't live, I live in a rural community, but I don't live in a rural setting. Like, I live in a suburb of our, town, but there's chickens like running around all over the place, but I've never seen those chickens in their yard before. How funny. Anyway, I want to catch you guys up on everything. I did do a video on Monday, but you guys didn't see that. I was still just not in a good place, and I didn't want the video coming across really kind of negative, and because I want to be real. You guys know that I'm always real on my channel. But there's a difference between being real and then just being like a downer. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't want to be in that place to where people would be, like, I don't really want to say feeling sorry for me, but I think you guys know what I mean. So I want to catch you up on everything. So hopefully this video is not too super long, but it might be just because I've been gone for so long. I have not filmed a face-to-face with you guys since Thursday, so that's why we're Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wow. So it's been like 5-6 days. So I have a lot to catch you up on. So let's start with traveling. Well, I'll start with weigh-in last Friday. I did stay exactly the same, 187.4. That seems to be my number, which is fine. I am happy with it. I do have a couple non-scale victories to share, but I probably will wait for those until next Friday, or this coming Friday, 2 days from now, Friday, because I want to have something to share on there. So I'll do have some non-scale victories, so that is good. So the scale, as usual, the scale is not always the thing, right? That is not always the thing. Also, very quickly, Subscriber Sunday did go up on Sunday, so I am going to go through, comments. I know, like 6 days worth of comments to go through. So I'm going to do that on my breaks at work, and then tonight when I get home from work, like I said, I've had kind of this weird, brain lately, and I'm just hoping, today I woke up and I'm like, back on it. So I'm going to be back on everything, back on my videos, back on getting comments answered, back on track, back on food, everything. So our July Healthy Habits Challenge is check mindless eating, which I really needed that last week. Increasing our protein, or just watching our protein, trying to put more protein in our life. And then number 3 is clean eating snacks. So I'm going to try to do not only clean eating snacks, but a lot of clean eating, but that's not really the challenge. The challenge is clean eating snacks, so that's what I'll be focusing on. Those three goals are my goals for the month of July, and for anybody who is joining me, let's do this together. So get that out of the way. Now by trip. So I get travel anxiety super bad. I've never really talked about it before. It's really kind of, and my husband has it as well, but his is different. His is like, it's hard for him to leave the house, and that's just some health issues that he has, and he takes medication for a lot of his mental health issues that he has, but leaving the house is really hard for him. But since he's been on medication, things have improved. I mean, like 100% turnaround, but not everything is 100% taken care of. I mean, that's just reality. Medication is not, especially when it comes to mental health issues. Medication is not going to completely cure you, just like it doesn't really probably in any case. So my anxiety kind of stems from the unknown. Like, how is he going to be able to handle it? Is he going to be okay? It stems from one of my dogs who does not travel well at all. We don't have anybody to leave our dogs with. There's no like doggy daycare. Plus, my husband that's another thing. It would cause him a lot of anxiety and probably a lot of depression if we were to leave our dogs. He just doesn't, a lot of trust for that kind of thing, which I completely understand. People who have pets, you guys know, they're like your children. So especially since our children are, growing up, so now we have, our little pups, and, that's just, it's like I said, it's like our kids. So, I had a lot of anxiety over that. I went into the trip really ready to rock it. I mean, I packed us all snacks. That way we wouldn't have to stop, because it's kind of hard to stop with the dogs anyway. Then they get all excited, they think we're done, and all that. So I packed us, I took a gallon Ziploc bag, and I packed us a bunch of healthy snacks. I packed us all waters. I was ready to go. It was a 4-hour drive, ready to go. We, may have to stop a couple times, to take the dogs out to, do their business, for us to do our business, all that. But I was ready to go. Then we got about 100 miles, and we hit wall-to-wall traffic. Our trip is 263 miles. We hit 100 miles, and almost 100 miles exactly, and standstill. It took us, when we have to hit 3 different highways. We start out at I-5, then we have to hit 205, then we have to 84 to get to where my hometown is. And when we hit I-5 at 100 miles in, we hit that traffic. I still had, let's see, our exit is like 288, so we had like a long ways to go. And then I knew once we got to 84 we would be fine, because that goes to Eastern Oregon, and that's like where my hometown is, and nobody lives in nobody goes there. So I knew nobody would be going there for the 4th of July. So that is no big deal. We didn't even think about it. We were leaving Friday because we thought we would miss any traffic. I mean, we thought, okay, people are going to still be working. We took the days off, so we thought we'd be okay. There's a sign that goes up that tells you, the traffic flow, and it tells you how many minutes to get to popular points along the way. And it said that once we got on 205, it would take us 99 minutes to go the 30 miles to get to 84. And let me tell you guys, it did. It took us, so our trip was 6.5 hours long. That should have only taken 4 hours. And that anxiety, like normally when I have that kind of anxiety, because I was so terrified. There was wrecks around us. I was so afraid, and I was driving, and it was one of those like, start and stop. And I was just so afraid of me running into somebody, because people were stopping suddenly, because it was just, start and stop. And I was so afraid somebody was going to rear end me. We saw like a few of those type of accidents where, people ran into each other because of that. And so my anxiety was through the roof. So instead of crying, which was what I normally would do, because there's, the kids were in there, they were fine. I mean, they were bored in the car, but instead of crying, I just ate. We had to stop at one point. For the dogs, I got junk food, and the kids had a little bit more junkier food than I did, so I ate some of that. I mean, it was just bad. I completely turned to food. I knew I had a bad relationship with food, but I didn't realize, I think, how bad it was as far as eating my anxiety. That's literally what I did, is I ate my anxiety. Did it make me feel better? No, not at all. The problem though is that through the weekend I was so anxious about the drive home, that because we were leaving Sunday morning, that it would be the same thing, that I just ate my way through the weekend. It was so bad. I was almost having a panic attack a couple times. The anxiety was horrible. I mean, I enjoyed every minute of my time with my family. Every single minute of it I enjoyed. And I'm glad that we went. I mean, that's not an issue. I mean, we had a really good time. I saw my entire family. We have a very small family. So my sister and her husband came over from Idaho. My 2 older boys came over, and then us, and then my mom and my dad. And that's my entire family. My brother already lives there. So that's my entire family, you know, and it was so great to see everyone. We had a really good time. But you know, when you all get together like that, what you do is you eat. And instead of making healthy choices, I was anxious. I drank real soda, which I hardly ever do. I mean, usually it's like diet soda even when I get like fast food. But I drank regular soda. I drank a ton of coffee. And I mean, and not like bad coffee. I still got my skinny lattes and stuff, but I drank a ton of it. I didn't drink my tea. I didn't bring my teamy tea because I thought it'd just be too much of a pain, because I didn't know what our schedule was going to be. And I'm going to do a whole review on my 30-day experience with that tea. But one of the things I'll kind of give you a sneak peek on is that I noticed a complete difference in the energy. So, I mean, I had a lot of energy because of the coffee, but I crashed hard from the coffee. Could not sleep at night. Could not wake up in the morning. It was just really bad as far as health-wise in me and how I was handling everything. I came back. The way home, we had like 2 spots where we kind of came to a stop, and it's because there were so many cops out that there's people pulled over all over the place, and every time somebody was pulled over, it was causing a bottleneck in the traffic because people were trying to get over, and it just brought us all to a standstill. At every single one, there was like 3 of them or something like that, 2 or 3. So the drive back was fine. We got home in 4 hours. We didn't stop at all. We just came home, and my dog was a little bit better on the way home. One of my dogs just sleeps the whole way. The Chihuahua just sleeps. The Yorkie, he gets really anxious, but he was a little bit better on the way home. And then, I had to drive. My husband's like, I'll drive. And actually, he started out driving, and then we did stop one time, and I asked him if I could drive because of my anxiety. It's like I felt better being in control. Because I thought I don't know. I was just so afraid of the starting and stopping, so afraid of somebody hitting us, and I don't know why I thought I would be better driving. It was just more of, I think, being in control of my anxiety. I just, knowing I was doing something, it was kind of keeping me distracted from my anxiety. Does that make sense? Anybody else go through that and feel better when they're like driving in that type of situation? So, when we came home, I had to work on Monday. I was so mentally exhausted that we got home about 1, and I slept until 5. And I never take naps, but I was just so exhausted, just mentally could not sleep all weekend. I mean, it was just bad. So I slept those 4 hours. My husband went and got McDonald's for dinner. I didn't eat that night. I just wasn't, I don't know, I just wasn't hungry, just still not feeling great. I felt bloated. I felt just disgusting. I was so dehydrated because I did not drink any water. All my good intentions went completely out the window when we hit that, you know, traffic and stuff, and it just, you know, blew me just completely out of control. So, Monday, I had a good day on Monday, but I don't know, I just was not still feeling. I did that video for you guys. I was still just not feeling 100%. I was not ready, and I don't know if it's because I knew the 4th of July was going to be there, and we weren't doing anything for the 4th. We stayed home. But I just did not, I mean, I did great on food most of the day on Monday till I got home, and then I did bad, and then Tuesday I did bad. And so it's Wednesday. I'm ready to get going. I weighed this morning because I hadn't weighed since Friday, and I was just curious, and I am up 3.8. So I know, you know, most of that is probably just water gain. So I have 2 days. I mean, I weigh in on Friday, so I will be up on Friday. That's pretty much a given. I mean, I don't expect anything less because I did this to myself. I'm gonna own it. I am owning it. I am owning my stuff. I know that I did wrong. I know this is my fault, nobody else's, and I am just going to get back on track, and I'm not going to let this happen again. We are not traveling anymore the rest of this year unless something, you know, comes up, but I need to figure out how to handle this travel stuff. I don't know. I really need to do that. I don't know what to do, but it's over and I'm ready to get back on track. Those clean eating snacks are going to help me. Adding protein is going to help me because it'll keep me full. I'm going to need to drink more water. I've already drank almost an entire tumbler. I am going to be using, I have a half of a water enhancer in there. And I think to get me back into water, I'm going to have to use my water enhancers throughout the day just to help me get back into the plain water. I need something to help me get through it. So I have that. I drank my skinny tea this morning. So I feel good about that. I did bring a coffee with me because I, just like coffee. So I have that. You saw all my snacks. You saw my breakfast. I feel like I've started the day really good. I feel really satisfied. So, I normally wouldn't eat the eggs and the muffin and the yogurt, but I was hungry this morning when I got up. So I thought, and I think it's just because I didn't eat very good yesterday and everything I ate was really like refined carbs and all that, and that just went right through my body, and now I'm just really hungry. So I feel like I started the day really good. So I'm going to work, and I'm hoping that I don't have any temptation. There's not very many of us here during the summer, so I think a lot of the temptation stuff will be gone. So that'll be good. And I will show you what I eat throughout the day. And I am getting back on track. I have got to. The rest of the summer, I am going to just go at it hard and just eat clean, eat healthy, eat whole foods, do all the good stuff and drink my water. And I need to add some activity in because, well, I did a lot of walking though over the weekend. I mean, I got a lot of activity in, so that was good. That was a good thing, but I need to get a lot of activity in. I'm going to walk today during lunch. It's not supposed to be too warm. I think it's supposed to be like 88 today, so not too bad. So I think I'll definitely walk at lunch. My coworker is back, the one that I walk with, so we'll see if she feels like doing a little walk around the block, and maybe during one of our breaks. So tomorrow at work is going to be a little bit crazy because we are doing a big office reorganization. I think I told you guys about that last week. So that's happening tomorrow. So I should get a lot of stuff done tomorrow because I have to kind of oversee quite a bit of it. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, let me know what you guys have been up to these last 6 days. I will be answering comments. I will be, I'm sorry that I haven't got back to anybody. But I just wanted to catch you guys up, and I did it in 16 minutes. That's not bad. So I'll catch you guys up on how everything was, and if I have anything to share after work, I will catch you then. If not, I will see you in the morning, but you will see all my food throughout the day. Dinner tonight is going to be steak bowls, I believe. Steak burrito bowls. So just be like lettuce, brown rice, roasted corn, black beans, and then some lean, thinly sliced steak. So that is going to be dinner tonight, and probably fat-free sour cream. So that is what's happening for dinner, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!